Buenos dias, Praveen, and thank you for joining us today at Business Spotlight Series. Today, I'm excited to introduce Praveen Kumar, CEO and founder of Tabla Restaurant and Praveen Kumar Authentic Indian Ready Meals. Welcome, Praveen.
Hey, thanks for having me.
It's a real pleasure. So I see that you are an award-winning chef and entrepreneur. You've won numerous awards, including Chef of the Year in 2020, and also your restaurant Tabla in Perth was the first Indian restaurant in Scotland to be awarded the AA1 Rosette. So great achievements. Praveen, tell us, how do you get into cooking? Is that something you wanted to do from childhood, or how did it happen?
It's as a farmer's boy, born and brought up in a small village called Matampalli in southern India, and I grew up with the fresh produce coming in and out of my house. When you go into a farm, so you see stuff, ready to pick. But there's a problem: as a landlord boy, you're not supposed to cook in the kitchen. It's a big pride, a big egos there. So
yes,
I used to take some extra eggs and give it to my ayah. I is the person who cooks in the house for all the family. It's a big family, joint family. So I used to give some eggs to her. Listen, can you teach me how to do what you do? So, and then she used to teach me with her, and I picked some stuff out. There was a time when a chicken is not running faster than me, it's in the pot. So I should run and catch the chicken, and then in the pot the next an hour.
yes.
So yeah, it's a very way of growing, and I learned cook, and then I developed a palette of cooking. That's the sense of flavors in very early days. So I would say that's my beginning of my cooking.
Wow, wow.
Thank you.
You've obviously, how do you, you love cooking. How do you make the change from cooking to running a business? Because they are two very different things.
They are very much different thing, and I think entrepreneurship is something which I developed as I grew, and I was looking at reading newspapers, perhaps, and the village information is very limited, and those days no internet, but I had the entrepreneurship. I think at school this as well, buying and selling school books, summer holidays. And also running in a lottery scheme while I was a schoolboy, collecting one rupee from each person, doing all the lottery things. So kind of money-minded, or money and how to make a profit is always grew up with me while I was growing up. So answer to your question is from a chef to entrepreneur has become a transaction in life. So having worked with the places like Gleneagles, Turnberry, Sandals, so it taught me, how to run a business mainly. From there, from chef to become a businessman, and then run a business, and then from business to entrepreneur, where I like challenges. I like what next.
Yeah.
And I don't like settling in one place and then be comfortable.
Yes. Yeah, definitely. No, that's amazing. What's been, tell us in your journey, what's been the biggest challenge that you had to face to get to where you are today?
I think it's a lot with the culture. It's a lot of cultural barriers. I have to jump the hoops all my life. From early days, where from a farmer's boy to be a chef, that's a big cultural barrier there itself, because no one in my whole county, I was in a 5-star hotel, they was asking my parents, from I want to be a hotelier, and asking loads and loads and loads unthinkable money to become a hotelier. So that piece itself straight there, have to do a hunger strike for a couple of weeks, force my parents to sell the land, finance my education. That's a big cultural shock there. And then from there, going to big city, city from village to city in India is huge cultural difference. And just the culture there, and then stabilize myself, and then develop myself there itself, another challenge. And then from there, again, moving to different countries such as Jamaica from India, my head blown away first week, because in India, mostly you don't get children before get married. I've now seen like I never heard about it. When I'm in Jamaica, it's a different story.
The opposite.
So it's
The opposite.
yeah. So it's a cultural thing, and then understand their values in life. What does that mean to them? What does a friendship mean to them? What is their what is the purpose in life for them? They're completely different than what I grew up with, what my family values are. So it's the cultural piece is what I've been learning even today. One of the biggest challenges in the business is culture.
Mm.
And then and you learn it, and then you develop into it, and then you would sustain it and cherish it.
Yes. Yeah.
So that's a challenge.
Wow. Very, very
And then you
interesting.
learn every day.
Yeah. So you've obviously worked at very high-end places like Turnberry, Gleneagles, and you got experience from working in these top places that equip you to run your business very successfully. When you obviously when you start a business, then you need to recruit people and build a team. What would your criteria for recruiting the right people in your business?
So that's a good question there, because the skill comes secondary, and attitude and what the personality brings to the business is a priority for me.
Yes.
And that's still the same today. And the skill can be taught, but not attitude. Right. And that was the when I was recruiting, even the Gleneagles in Turnberry, that's what I always looked at. Skills can be taught, no problem. Given the person is willing to learn.
Yes.
And that's the main criteria. The attitude and personality. Your positive vibes. Our American interview is very informal, so that the person's coming to see me, it makes it a bit more casual, a bit more relaxed. Then there's no sugar coatings.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, correct.
Yeah. So yeah, I got very different style of interviewing, I would say.
Yeah.
But most of my team stays for a long time.
Yes. Yeah, no sugar coating.
So yeah, that's no, it's so it's all about people's skills and not skills, the personality. That's what I look at.
Yeah. Yeah, every business book out there endorses that, mindset is always comes first before skill any time of day.
Yeah,
Definitely.
absolutely.
Yeah, brilliant.
And also look at the culture. I also look at the culture. I look at their values in life. Talk more about families in the interview itself. And one of the questions I would say, how does your family? How are they? Even to start with.
Yes.
And it just bring in that, because we're family business, and we want to bring in the family essence to it. We're not corporation, we're family, and we want to bring the family values into the business. So that's part of the interview process. Know about their family values.
Yes.
And to see, is their values aligned with our values of the company.
Correct.
People always work in a team, so it has to align.
Yeah. Yeah, the core values, the core values of the company, of the business, and the alignment of the people you want in the business and your core values, fundamental.
Yeah, exactly.
Yes.
So that's how if I'm recruiting any the leadership team or supervisor team, management team, it's all that's the core structure built into interviewing.
Yes. What are the core values of the business?
It's one of the core value of the business is the making sure the what we cook, right, able to feed my own children or your children. So making sure everything what we do is natural and makes it tasty, good food.
Yeah.
Right, and respect each other. That's some there's values in breaking different pieces of your product, and then and the culture is the make sure we respect each other and respect each culture, because we are multicultural here. And what may right to you maybe not right to me.
Yeah.
Understanding those values of other person's values and respect them. And then that way we all live in harmony. That's and they you stay in quarter of your lifetime workplace.
Yes.
That quarter has to be very valuable. If you look back after 50 years or 25 years, had a good time that work in that place. Was good. Bringing those kind of memories and building the ethos of family. When they come to work with us, it's become a working family. It's me, person. Yes, of course, there's what to be done, what not to be done. And the mainly is making sure we respect each other, and then we respect the cultures and respect their individuals as they are.
Yeah.
And then work towards one purpose of making sure everyone in the UK gets amazing, authentic Indian food.
Yes.
That's the main thing.
Yes. Now going back to the values, having core values, and I see this all the time in businesses, those that have core values, it is like a filter to recruit the right people for the business and to repel the wrong people for the business. It works as a filter,
Yeah, it does. You would know, even if you didn't do a good recruit, it happens from time to time.
Yes.
But within a few weeks, you would know that you didn't do well.
Yeah, definitely. Now, Praveen, what about so you like challenges, you don't like sitting around, you like going to the next, achieving the next goal. What are the aspirations for the business for the next 5 years? Where do you see yourself and the business or businesses 5 years
Yeah,
from?
so when it comes to businesses, the Tabla is going to stay like that, and I'm not going to scale that. It's what it is a family. It's institution. It's my flagship store. It's my laboratory for the cooking. So any recipes we build for the ready meal, we build a Tabla first, and then we try with my core customers and see how the feedback is, and then see what they think. And then that's kind of our baby, because we started business before our children. So that's where it is. And it's an institution. People been coming there for 15 years, And the cook school is a side hustle, side hobby, is a thing we like to do, is our own passion, right? And whereas the ready meal business, Kumar's business, where we wanted to be the #1 premium Indian brand in the UK, right?
Wow.
When I say what it means is, we have 6,000 customers. I want to make that into 100,000 customers, right? And we got 400 stores selling our curries, including a super like Asda in Scotland. And I want to get up to 10,000 stores selling our curries across Europe.
Across
Europe,
very
UK, Europe. Yeah, there is opportunity. You can work with Spain, Portugal, Greece. There are lots of experts living there. There are lots of experts, and there's a lack of good curry there. So that's the vision for the B2B and B2C.
But will you have locations in those countries? So you will have if you go to, I don't know,
Like kitchen.
Sorry?
So I lost you there.
Yes, so you will set up an operations in each country. You will actually operate from the
No,
country.
we would cook and do everything in the UK, and then we would ship it.
Wow.
So maybe we'll have a wholesaler or some sort of wholesaler distribution point, in the countries like that, and we'll find the wholesaler who would be able to take on from us, and then list it into a different. Has to be a right fit route to market for us.
Yes.
We choose whom we want to work with.
Yes.
So that way we have that a very clear placings. A good product placed in wrong place could become a wrong product.
Yeah.
So hence reason we choose our retailers whom we want to work with.
Yes. So what type of products will you be shipping to Europe?
Curries.
Okay.
Samosas, pakoras, bhajis, and all your tikka masalas, butter chickens, kurmas, garlic chickens, madras, bunas, dal, chana masalas, rice. It's a full takeaway solution in the countries across Europe.
Wow. So that'll be like wholesale in bulk. You will send the ship in bulk.
Yeah, we'll send it. Yeah, and then they will list in the shops like your Spars or Eurospars or perhaps maybe a
Brilliant.
a small artisan supermarkets.
Well, that's a grandiose vision. I mean, you've got you want to go places. That's very impressive. Where do you get the drive from, Praveen?
There is a I think this going back to my village again. I think there's a saying: you develop who you are before 12,
Mm.
before 12 years old. When I was in village, trying to find things to do, this particular newspaper, well, priest used to bring newspaper, weeks-long newspaper into church hall. So you can read all 7 days in one day. What happened? And there's a businessman, self-made businessman called Ambani, Dhirubhai Ambani, right? And I was so inspired by the way he built his business in India from scratch, from nothing. And he always say, "Day to dream." There's one sentence I always used to say, "Day to dream, dream big," right? So I think that's kind of a thinking and the attitude and mindset what kept me going. And if you think small and big, if you think small and then you only do small. If you think big, your mind by default start thinking big for you along with you.
Yes. Yeah, there is a great book called Mindset, and it talks about
Right.
fixed mindset and growth mindset. Yeah, brilliant. So
Yeah, I think So that's the drive I get from what plan to do. A day to dream to be premium brand, the Indian
yes,
premium brand in the UK.
brilliant.
So it's not easy, but that's what I like it.
That's great. That's very good. What were you what advice do you have for your 18-year-old self?
My 18-year-old self. Right, what was an 18? I was studying hotel management. Don't be shy to ask for help. Because what happened was 18. So I was studying hotel management,
Mm.
and the all my college mates are well off because the college where I studied in is a very posh college. I did not know that. I was signing up for that. And when I went there, and everyone is so tip top, all speak only English, and they all can booted, suited, and I didn't even know how to do my tie, and talking about suits and all that. And I always stepped very quiet in the class, never asked any help, understand. I only know small English at the time. I learned English a lot on the go, still learning. I can't even write properly even now, but that's a different story. Thanks to AI, helped me write now. And before that, my colleague Barbara used to help me for the last 10 years to write my stuff. And yeah, my 18-year-old would say, ask for help.
Yeah.
Simple thing. It's not big ask. It's a simple thing. Ask for help.
Yeah.
Don't feel shy.
Yeah. Yeah.
And if I would not been shy and asked for help, even my lecturers and my classmates, I could have done much better those days, even more better. And I think so.
Yeah. I love it. I love it. So don't stay shy, ask for help. Brilliant.
Ask for help.
Do you have a favorite book that you've read that has had a big impact in your life?
One of my mate, when I started Turnberry, right, and he's still a good friend of mine, we used to work together. He gave me a book of Jeffrey Archer's As a Crow Flies.
Mm.
It's World War One, World War Two, how Charlie's name is character, how he built, his empire around London. Right, that made coming from Jamaica, came back here, and that made me to I don't know. There's something about the book, something about narration, something about how he made from took his grandfather's pushka into Harrods, so-called, the big multi-store building and the business, and that was referring to Harrods in a such a way, in a book way. I
Yes.
thought, it's just a story. It just caught me.
Yes.
It just caught me, and at the same time, I was working a full-time job there, and also helping Uncle Ali, who had a couple of restaurants and takeaways in Ayr outside Glasgow,
Yes.
and I was helping him as well with the show him, just go around, hang around with him. That inspired me to
Yes.
open Tabla, in a physical way. But
Yes.
book-wise, definitely, and Jeffrey Archer, and also I would say along with it is the Richard Branson's,
Yes.
How I Lost My Virginity,
Yeah. Brilliant. Brilliant.
and those two books. But first of all, Jeffrey Archer, I would say.
Brilliant. Yeah. Excellent. Very good. Now, just before we wrap up, do you have any news about the business, the online business you want to share with people watching the recording? We'll put your website on the
Yeah,
website.
good website and order yourself monthly box. So there is a monthly box where my wife and my team put together. It depends what happens in India. So last month we all family went to attend my nephew's wedding. So this month, as alive in month of August, we bought the dishes from the wedding, what I had at the wedding. So that's the dishes you're having this month box. The next month will be a different box. We will not tell you until last minute because I want to keep excitement.
Excellent. So let's keep an eye on it and look forward to the next one. And well, Praveen, it's been a real. By the way, I love Indian food. Okay.
Well, you should get it.
Yeah, no, definitely. And thank you. It's been a real pleasure having you on board with us at this
Pleasure.
night and for sharing your experience and wisdom with us today. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Jerome. Thanks for having me.
Thank you.